Morrissey here in Bangkok, Thailand today, here with a little reaction video for you, yeah? Top of the morning to you. Just sipping a little cup of proper 12 coffee here, yeah? And I wake up this morning and I see all over my Twitter timeline that Conor McGregor punched an old man in a pub. So, we already knew about this, yeah? Like, this happened way back in April. But somehow, some way, TMZ, they always seem to get their hands on the CCTV footage. What do? Do they go and like pay a ransom to the pubs or the restaurants or whatever where this CCTV footage is held? It's strange how it just emerges like this months later. So yeah, I remember reading about this way back in April that McGregor was drinking in a pub in Dublin called the Marble Arch, and I remember at the time, I have a freakish memory by the way, I remember the quote that came out in like the Irish Mirror, that the guy who McGregor punched had said, "The Russian battered you," alright? So, for him to just be throwing a dig like that in a pub is pathetic, yeah? From a guy of his standing, a guy who had come to symbolise, you know, great temperament and poise and energy, all about this law of attraction, you know, like he's such a man of extremes. On the one hand, he talks like an Irish Bruce Lee. On the other hand, he can just go smashing people's phones. And well, really, actually, it's in the aftermath of the Khabib fight that his behaviour and his temperament has really seemed to go off the rails. You know, there's been several incidents. Well, even before the Khabib fight, of course, you had the most high-profile incident when he smashed up the bus at the Barclays Centre, trying to get Khabib out of the bus, which was just a cowardly move in itself because he came out with a bunch of his mates when Khabib was cutting weight. Anyway, I digress. Going off on a mad tangent there. Let's come back. Sticking with this incident, just the fact in itself of throwing a punch when you're Conor McGregor in a pub was bad enough, but now I see here on this thumbnail that it was actually an older man. Like, the guy has white hair, he must be over 60 years old. How could you do that to an old man who's just made a throwaway comment? Wait, we ain't going to contextualize this in any way, shape or form. People trying to say, oh, but what if he said this, what if he said that? Yeah, if he said the Russian battered you, like, you got to take it on the chin as a high profile guy, you know? So, anyway, I see that the video says allegedly, but I doubt there's anything alleged about it because it has 4 million views and I've seen plenty of reaction. So let's get straight into it and watch it, yeah? Let's see what actually happened. Did he really clock him with a full-on punch? We're about to find out. Alright, so see McGregor walking into the pub. It seems like he's got some goons around him, like hired goons. There's two guys who are standing there acting like bodyguards. McGregor the story seems to be that he was trying to get around the shots for the pub, and the alpha here didn't want it. Probably said something like, "I don't want your shite whiskey, I prefer Jameson," or something like that. It's probably something to that effect. McGregor's pouring the shots away at the bar. I love this alpha here who is barely even acknowledging McGregor, yeah? He's watching the darts or the snooker on TV, just couldn't give a shit that literally Ireland's biggest celebrity and one of the world's most notorious figures is right over his shoulder, and he's just chilling, talking to his old boy here. It's such like an old Irish pub scene. There's two females and it's just all alphas with white hair. It's mad to think that Conor McGregor could get into a violent situation in such a placid and relaxed environment. You know, there's literally not an ounce of testosterone vibrating through that scene. It'd be different if it was a nightclub or like out in Miami where there's some extracurricular substances, like when he got involved with the young English lad, which was also deplorable. Here, like, how did he get drawn into a violent situation? I can't understand it. Let's watch on. Alright. Now he seems to be goading the alpha. He's like this. Yeah. He's probably saying something like proper 12 is the best and I'm the champion, because his ego has taken a hit that some alpha doesn't want to kowtow to him, which obviously happens everywhere he goes in Ireland. People absolutely, you know, champion him and boost his ego everywhere he goes. This guy just doesn't care. Most of these people in the pub don't care who he is. I think that was probably what triggered him the most, you know. So let's watch on. What's gonna happen next? Ooh, damn. McGregor, did he lick his tongue? Did he go like that or take out some chewing gum? And he, boom. I mean, he threw a full left hand at this alpha who just ate it. I mean, props to this alpha for just, boom. He just took it. He just ate that punch. Alright, it was actually in the ear, not to the face. I see the slow motion. Boom! They're on the Guinness. They're all on the Guinness. They don't want their shots. Look, I'm alright. I don't want whiskey. I'm on my Guinness. Chilling with the boys. And then lads usher him out, his bodyguards or his goons or whatever. I think the reactions here are incredible. Like this alpha who I mentioned, still as big, Conor McGregor, the biggest UFC star, a double champion, is in the pub and has thrown a punch. And that's my favourite part of the video. He just hasn't even reacted. He does not care. Alright, so obviously stating the bleeding obvious. There's no condoning this. It's deplorable. So I'm trying to put a bit of just a fun spin on this. Like, goes without saying that it's pathetic that McGregor has done this to an old man. Any man. Obviously, if it was a female, even worse. But to be throwing a punch at a man who's nowhere near anywhere in your stratosphere of level of fighting skills, and it was a sucker punch. Let's also get that point clear. It was a cowardly, weak-ass sucker punch. It'd be different if he'd invited the guy outside and said, like, let's go this mano a mano. He sucker punched an old man. That makes it even worse. But this old man is now a legend of Drimna and all of Dublin. He's the real proper 12 because he just took that punch and carried on. Did not care. I think we got the next welterweight contender right there. We know his defense, alright? He can take a punch. We got to see him. Get a pair of 4-ounce gloves on him. See can he bob and weave. See can he throw. Has he got hands on him? Has he got hands? Because he can take one. I'm only messing. Just trying to put a bit of a light-hearted spin on it, because what else can you say that this is another terrible incident for McGregor. And yeah, it's just crazy to think how far he's fallen. When I remember seeing him on this Fightland video when he was out in Muscle Beach in California, and just oozing testosterone and serenity and inner peace, covered in his new tats, physique absolutely incredible. And his speech back then was really awe-inspiring. You know, he was extremely eloquent and articulate with his ideas and his visions for the future. And after all that, he's now, you know, you could just come back to Dublin and just throw a punch at an old man who doesn't want his whiskey. Like, that's, after all that, after all he's supposedly evolved and ascended into this higher level, nah, he's still just throwing punches and trimming the pubs at an outlaw who doesn't want his whiskey. So yeah, not to contextualise it, the outlaw probably had a clip at him, you know, probably. That's Dublin. People talk a lot. That's why I think I have a bit of a take on this that TMZ aren't going to have. Like in LA, it's different, you know, people are all like, yo dude. In Dublin, people throw shade at you, you know, and especially McGregor has his people who really don't warm to him for his arrogant style. So that's probably what happened with the old boy here. Didn't want McGregor swaggering into the pub when they're having a quiet pint of Guinness, basically saying fuck off man, like we're not in the mood for you. McGregor didn't like that and punched an old man. Terrible, horrible act. Looks like he'll get away scot-free with it again. This happened 6 months ago. Well, 4 or 5, April. No charges were ever pressed, so Yeah, okay. It's just another embarrassing moment for McGregor to try to get over, and the clock just keeps ticking. And if you watch my vlog, which I'll attach at the end of this video, he's never coming back to the UFC the way I see it, you know. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Cheers.